Good morning, students. We have this particular chapter, Lost Spring, and the heading of this part is I want to drive a car. This chapter had been written by Anis Jung, and she tries to highlight the plights the plight of street children, as well as the callousness of society and the political class towards these poor children, and probably this attitude is one of the most important reason to the suffering of the poor. Earlier, in our earlier classes, we have learnt about a migrant child, Sahib, and we also learnt that how that poor child lost his identity, childhood, and freedom too. The discussion of Sahib will tell us the attitude of the children, the background, and the importance of education, all these things. But we can't compare unless we are having some other contrasting ideas. And so here, Anis Jung had introduced Mukesh, and so we are going to discuss about Mukesh, his attitude, and the place where he is living, how the members of his family are dealing with the situation, and among all those kind of the hurdles, still what is the attitude of Mukesh towards his life. So we are going to learn all these things in this particular part of the chapter. So let's begin. We have already discussed that the heading is I want to drive a car, and through this the narrator or Anis Jung tells us another boy, Mukesh. He wants to be a motor mechanic. He will learn how to drive a car, but his dream looms like a mirage. Dream of Mukesh. His dream spread like a mirage. We find mirage in our general life when it is very hot one. It is a phenomenon. It is a light phenomenon. During hot summer noon, you, If you are moving upon a straight road, then far away you find that the appearance of the road as if there is a water there. That has been termed as a mirage. So the sense of the mirage is here false appearance. Okay. Mukesh's dream spread like mirage, like a false appearance among the dust of streets that fill his town Firozabad. It means he is a resident of a dusty street of Firozabad. Firozabad is famous for its bangles. Every other, sometimes you can say that bangle industry is like a cottage industry in Firozabad. Every other family is engaged in making bangles. Firozabad, Firozabad is the center of India's glass blowing industry. Glass blowing means glass melting. So here in this industry, at first they melt the glass and then they convert those melted glass into the form of beautiful bangles, and it needs a large number of the delicate and the fine activities. Every other family is engaged in making bangles. It is the center of India's glass blowing industries. Families, families have spent generations working, working or making bangles for women, women of the land, women of the world, women of the India especially. And Mukesh family is among them. You know that we have already discussed the process of preparation or the production of the bangles. For that, there is a big oven, large oven that is known as the furnace. In that furnace, at first they melt the glass, and then that melted glass are poured into the frames, circular frames, the different shapes of the bangle of different sizes. Next process is welding glass or the soldering the glass so that it should be continuous. And for all these places, the family members combine together, work hard, and then we have those packets of the beautiful bangles. Mukesh family is also indulged in bangle making. In this way, we find that Anish Jung describes a boy Mukesh. He wants to be a motor mechanic. He is willing to drive a car. His dream appears like a His dream appeared like a mirage. He is a resident of dirty street of Firozabad. Why Firozabad is famous? It is famous for its bangles. Every other family in Firozabad is engaged in making bangles. Firozabad is the center of India's glass blowing industry. Families have spent generations making bangles for all the women in the land, it seemed. In the land, it seems, Mukesh family is among them. And so here we find that Mukesh family is among them, and we move to the another important, the working condition of the working condition of that particular industry. First, the author focuses upon the prevalence or the presence of child labor in this family run business or industry. Okay, so here we have the points. More than 20,000 children are working in the Bengal industry of Firozabad. Yes, nobody cares for the law. Child labor is illegal in India. Children work in the glass. So here we have very important point. More than 20,000 children are working in the Bengal industry of Firozabad. Child labor is illegal in India. Children work in the glass furnaces with high temperatures in dingy cells. Dingy cells means cells here means a small rooms, and dingy means the place which is full of dirt and the darkness. Children work in glass furnaces in high temperature in dingy cells without air and light. They slog their daylight hours. It means they work hard during the whole time, but not in the natural light, but in the dingy cells, and they are adapted for those faint light due to the lack of the proper intensity of the light. Often some of them are losing the brightness of their eyes. They are working in such inhuman conditions. So here is the complete introduction. 20,000 children working in front of the hot furnaces, toiling hard during the daytime, and due to the improper intensity, often losing the brightness of their eyes. Here one of the most important question is here, the most important question. What is that important question? The most important question is, probably they would ask you in the examination, that hazards of working hazards of working in Bengal industry. Hazards mean risk. There are many risks. At first, these small children are working in front of glass furnace with high temperature. They are not working outside, but they are working inside cell like rooms. The room is full of dirt and darkness. There is no provision of air as well as light. And these children, day and night, probably during the daytime, they are working hard the whole day in the absence of the natural light in that particular small room. So there is a risk of losing the brightness of their eyes. It means they may go blind also. They may suffer from different diseases also due to the lack of air, fresh air. They have some other lungs disease also. Even if you study further, then you find that Mukesh's grandfather became blind with the dust from polishing the glass bangles. In the glass industry, they are not only producing the glass, but the production complete after polishing the glass. And you know that during that process, dust from the polishing of the glass bangles is really harmful, not only to the eyes but to the respiratory system of the person. And so there are many hazards working in the Bengal industry of Firozabad. So it has been discussed. Here we are going to have a short introduction of Mukesh. It means we are going to know about Mukesh and his members of the family in a short. So here, Mukesh offers the author to take his home. You will find that home word has been used. Yeah. Mukesh and his family live in stinking lanes. Stink means producing foul smell. His family live in stinking lanes. These lanes are choked with garbage. These lanes are choked with garbage. Here we have go through this previous. Here you will find that. Okay, so from where we find that? In the beginning, the first line of this screen, Mukesh's eyes beam as he volunteers to take me home, which he proudly says is being rebuilt, reconstructed. Probably it has been fallen down. And while going through to his home, going through going through Mukesh's home, narrator passed, okay, the stinking lanes, drainage are choked with garbage, and once they pass through the lanes, then the homes are like hovels. It means shades with crumbling, failing walls. You just consider, you just create a picture that there is a house, the walls of the house are failing. It means these are very weak one. Doors are wobbly. It means unstable, not intact. It happens once it turned very bad. I mean the old one. So the doors are wobbly without windows. It means you will find that in the houses there are no windows. So you just consider that these are not homes, but these are the shades like structure. Okay, failing walls, unstable doors without windows, and once you enter into those shades, then you will find that these shades are crowded with families of humans and animals. They all are living together in an ancient state, because in the early stage of human development, human and humans and animals are living together, but at that time we have enough space. So here their homes are hovels. It means homes are not I mean the home, but those are like shades with crumbling walls, without windows and old doors. They are crowded with families of humans and animals living together in an ancient way. That's clear? And now we enter into the house, because author is uh, going to visit the house of Mukesh. So we are entering into the house. So what is there? What will you find? Here. Okay. So what is there? They enter a half-built shack. It means the narrator used the term for that house as a hut. And uh, the house had been thatched means covered with dead grass, covered with dead grass. It means in Hindi it is known as the foos or pual. So the house has been covered with the pual or the dead grass, and one part of the house is a firewood stove, lakri ka chulha, over which there is a large size vessel. Okay, large size vessel of sizzling. It means you will find that once you are going to cook something, for example you are boiling water, but cover the container with a lid. Then you find that due to the steam, it started creating a sound that is known as the sizzling, the sound of the food, the sound of the frying food, the sound of the frying food, or sound of the frying food. Okay, so, and more chopped, okay, sizzling spinach leaves, I mean the palak ki pattiyan, in that vessel, and it is steaming one and creating a sound that is the sizzling sound. Once he entered there, around there on the ground there was a large platter. It means there was a large plate, I mean the platter, made up of the aluminium. Okay, and more chopped vegetables are there. It means vegetables are cut into the pieces are there. And there he find a weak young woman. Probably the woman is cooking the evening meal for the whole family. The woman smiles at Anis Jung. Okay, but her eyes are filled with smoke because that is the firewood stove, firewood oven. Okay, this is reason due to that it is advised to use clean fuel, that is the gas. Otherwise, due to smoke, there is some problem to the eyes of the women. But who is that woman? So here is a introduction. Who is that woman? So we are that women. If you, it is introduction of Mukesh family. There are 4 members in his family: father, elder brother, his bhabi or sister-in-law, and Mukesh himself. So that frail young lady you find who is preparing food here, okay, cooking food here, that weak old lady, weak young lady is his bhabi, okay, who cooks all meals for them. She commands respect in the house, being bahu or daughter in law. And so this is the condition of Mukesh. Here you may go through this one. Moving further, we have already discussed there are 4 members in the family. Here are these one. Now we are moving further. Mukesh's grandmother, who is not alive now, Mukesh's grandmother, who had watched her own husband go blind with the dust from polishing the glass bangles, and she comments. So I am going to read this one. Okay, we should read it here. It is his karam. Karam means bhagya, his destiny. Okay, because that woman had watched her own husband go blind with the dust from polishing the glass of bangles. And even she raised the question. What is the question? The question is, can a God given lineage? Lineage means tradition of the family ever be broken? And so she raised this particular question. Okay, and what is the question? But they can't give up this God given lineage. Why? Because they have been born in the caste of the bangle makers. They cannot get rid of it. But here the question is that, what do you think about Mukesh? What do you think about Mukesh? Okay, this is the most important question. What do you think about Mukesh? What is the fate of the Mukesh? Is Mukesh going to leave it? And then the narrator tried to describe about the bangle making and how bangles are spread all around all around in different places in Firozabad. But we will continue this one in our next class. Okay, so thank you all.